why you have a lot of subscribers. No wonder.
Wait, something is very funny. Okay, now it's good. Okay, all right. Circle. Yes.
I'll find a circle first.
Okay, so for circle, right, there are, okay, like I say, the terms you use are so important. Okay, if it's the side, you don't call it height, right? So the first thing you need to note is the center of the circle. Okay,
Yes.
center of the circle. Okay, then from, okay, so if this is the center of the circle, what is this thing? The one I traced
This is
in white. This is called the,
perimeter.
yes, you can call it the perimeter, or you can call it the circumference.
I never know that.
Yep. Circumference. Okay, so let me just write it more clearly. Circumference.
Easy.
Okay. So then if they ask you to find the blue region, that's called a area. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Besides all these terms, you need to know from the center
Yes.
to the circumference. I will use circumference and perimeter interchangeably. Okay. So you need to get used to it. So from the center to the circumference of the circle, this is called the radius.
Radius.
Okay, so usually it's denoted by the small letter r. Okay, and from one side of the circumference through, you see the word through, from one side of the circumference through the center to the other side of the circumference is called the diameter. So usually we use the letter D to denote that. Okay, so the key is one side of the perimeter to the other side through the center. Must be through the center. Yes. Okay, so yes, so with all this you can figure out many of the questions. Okay, by the way, the formula, there are 3 formulas. The diameter is actually 2 times the radius. Why? Very easy to understand, right?
Yes.
Center to the perimeter is r, right?
Yeah.
Then this is also center to the perimeter is r, right?
Yeah.
So can you not see r plus r?
Yeah.
Is actually your diameter. So d equals to 2r is also r plus r. Okay, so up to you which one you want to use. Then you have the perimeter or the circumference. Okay, so a peri, just short form. So that is perimeter of the circle is given by 2 pi r. Okay, so area of the circle, have you learned?
Area of the circle.
Pi r square. Okay, so of course then some questions will give you the value of pi, and some questions they will just ask you to use the value of pi from your calculator. So really depends what the question asks you to do. If they don't give you, you use the value of pi from your calculator. Do you know how to trigger your calculator? Do you bring?
No.
Never mind. So you see next time.
I can't. There's no pi function actually.
Yes, there is.
No, for my calculator.
Okay, never mind. So next lesson, come before 7. Okay, 5 minutes before, so that you get to still go back and bring your calculator, whatever you're missing. Okay, so never mind about it. So today, okay, everything good from now. Okay, so you have the 3 formulas you need to go back and memorize. So these will be the notes that you have to take down in order to solve circle questions next time. Okay, so now, of course, if you look at a circle, this is one full circle, right? Of course, you might not do full circle every single time. So this is the center, this is the diameter. So can you see that a circle can be split into 2 halves?
Yes, semicircle.
Yeah, so one half is called a semicircle. So I try to get you familiar with some of the technical terms. Then what about if you cut the semicircle into another two halves?
That's quarter circles.
Yes. So I'm going to do this part. So this is a quarter circle. And a quarter circle means there is a term for it. It's called quadrant. Quad. Can you see quad?
Yes.
So it's called quadrant.
Quadrant.
So if they say, oh, you have a quadrant, that means 1/4 of a circle.
Yes.
Okay? So if you say semicircle means half of a circle.
Yes.
Okay? So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So you need to find the area. So usually is they like to ask you for the area or the perimeter
Area perimeter.
of the semicircle. So just area is just half, right?
Yeah.
Then for the quadrant is 1/4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the perimeter it depends.
It's
Okay.
more complicated.
Huh?
For the semicircle.
For the
When
semicircle,
you
okay,
want to find
it
the
depends.
perimeter.
It depends. So it depends how your semicircle looks like. So are you asking for this one, or are you asking for this one? So this is the diameter, right?
Yeah.
So this is without the diameter, right?
Yeah.
So full circle, you know how to find, right?
Yeah.
Full circle is what? Formula? If you still can recall, for perimeter.
D.
Yeah, perimeter is equal to formula
The
2 pi r. Okay, so 2 pi r. So if I ask you to find, let's say we are doing for this. So let's say if I ask you to find half of it, so you just half of above. So this is perimeter of full circle, right?
Yeah.
So now I need half of it, right? So does that mean I need to half of circle? So
Yeah, that
means
means it's
half of above 2 pi r.
That means pi only.
No, half times 2 pi r. So what do you get? So half times 2 you get?
You get 1.
Yeah,
pi
so it's
r.
pi r, correct. No, I'm not asking you to memorize this. I'm just telling you can make use of the full circle, then you just half it. So what if you have the diameter? That means instead of the arc, this is called the arc. This is called the semicircle arc. So what if you have the arc plus the diameter? So the arc is given by this. The arc is given by the half times 2 pi r, right?
Yeah.
So now you have the d together with the arc. So therefore, half times 2 pi r, which is the arc, you plus the d. That will give you the perimeter for this one. Understand?
Yeah.
So the same thing works for the quadrant. Okay? So perimeter perimeter of the full circle is 2 pi r.
Pi r.
So 1/4 of it will be here, right?
Yes.
But now not only you have the 1/4 arc, you still have the 2 radius, right?
Yeah.
So you just plus r again, then you will get this whole thing,
Yes.
right? So it really depends whether they just want to find this arc or they want to find arc plus the r and the r. So if they just want the quarter arc, you just 1/4 times 2 pi r. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what they usually ask you. Okay, that's it.